Turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for. Thank you.
We may not sell meat in Igbo land if Obi becomes the president. Miyetti Allah raises alarm. That's the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association. Its leadership, had a meeting, their usual monthly meetings with the federal government officials in Kano State. Yes, while he was making his remarks, the leadership, made the remarks in their concluding part of their statement, said that due to their earlier steps to down the meat markets in Enugu 4 months earlier, that they assumed that there was a relatively low demand for cow meat in the southeast region, especially in Enugu State. They said the southern region where they consider them responsible for all attacks would no longer place a high priority on their safety and value if P2B succeeds. That's their statement. That's what they said. They said in addition, even the pricing of moving cows from the north to the south is another barrier to widespread consumption. Said the Igbos do not appreciate their efforts to make beef available in Nigeria. Yes. He said in addition to all the other issues described above, the Southeast governors' purposeful unwillingness to allow them a portion of their property so that they will rear their cattle has resulted in a very low output of cow products. The Miyetti Allah concluded by said they won't really understand how valuable they are until after they have left their places and everyone is begging for meat. That is what the Miyetti Allah is saying. You have seen it? That's what they're saying. They said P2B's presidency, will make them, to, retreat, to retreat from the zone. Said they will not stay in the southeast if P2B wins the election because who knows what they have in mind. You understand? So, but first and foremost, the business of cattle, Fulani cattle in the southeast, the Miyetti Allah admitted that, the demand is now very low. Demand for cattle or meat, cow meat, Fulani meat, is now low. They admitted it. And so, but they said, but especially in Enugu State, but they hinged the low patronage or demand for cow meat, especially the Fulani cow, to the steps they said they have taken. They said they have taken steps 4 months earlier, to down the meat markets in Enugu State. But it's not true. It is not true. The people have are beginning to reject this Fulani cow. They are beginning to reject it, the Fulani cow. So you saw what happened in Ahamofu throughout late November, December. Ahamofu was on the news. Issues of local government area of Enugu State. And most part of Enugu State was on the news. For what reason? Invasion, Fulani invasion. Killings, maiming, destruction of lives and property, destruction of source of livelihood of the people. So the carnage was much. So it is expected that the people on their own now, after the IPOB have declared that the people of the zone should resist or desist from patronizing Fulani, Miyetti Allah on their cows. On April 2022, IPOB stated that the last day of April was the deadline. 1st of May 2022, that the Southeasterners should reject the Fulani cow. That Miyetti allow the Fulani, marauders, the herders, terrorists, and even the nomads, they should, refrain from coming to the southeast, that they are not welcomed. From 1st May, that they are not welcomed in the zone. So all these things have contributed to the fact that the Miyetti Allah is experiencing low patronage. Low patronage. So not account of the steps they have taken to down the cow meat markets in the zone, no. The people of the zone have begun to realize their mistakes. That you cannot be funding someone and the person is in return using the money you are giving to him to come and kill the person. Yes, you patronize them because we have seen it. This cow meat, they are receiving the highest patronage in the whole of Nigeria from the southeast. Yes, apart from Lagos State. Apart from Lagos State, of course, the people of the southeast are also there. They are the ones even, patronizing them there too. The southeast, accounts for the highest patronage for cattle, Fulani cattle. And so, with what is happening, the invasion of the zone by Fulani infested, military, of course, terrorist military, and the marauders, the killer herdsmen, the terrorists masquerading as herdsmen. The people of the zone, on their own accord, have listened to what IPB have said and understand that, look, they have to make this decision. The people of Benue State have done that long time ago. They're not eating cow meat again, Fulani cow. Yes, they dwell much on the piggery, that's piggery. They enjoy it more than this Fulani cow. And IPB have said it. They are feeble. That is more nutritious, healthy than these Fulani cows. People can go for it. We have goats who can start to rear them. It's because we abandoned all these livestock activities. We can start to rear all those goats, and they're feeble. And our people have started to do that now. So they are crying. They said they want a place, the Fulani herdsmen. The Miyetti Allah said they want a place in the southeast for them to have, a place where they'll be given to do their, ruga. But the southeastern governors refused to do that, to give them land. We know that there are southeastern governors who want to collaborate with the federal government. But because of the prying eyes of the IPOB, mobilizing the people of the southeast, the Igbos, to reject vehemently any attempt by anybody, the unscrupulous elements, even in the guise of state actors, to undermine the safety of the Igbos. Yes, not even an inch, IPOB said it, not even an inch is expected to be given to any Fulani under any guise. People of the zone should reject it vehemently. They can come that, they are doing livestock program, federal government livestock advancement, irrigation, this and that. Said don't give them for anything. They can come and say, they are doing one agricultural development or the other. Say, do not give them even an inch of your land. IPB have said it. Because that's a small screen, that's a bet. They want to use it to make advancement and occupy and take away the lands of the indigenous Nigerians. That's their mission. And that is what is happening. So that is it. Miyetti Allah crying for low patronage